bottom on bottom, a great poet said this once. I got trauma. You're so sick. All because you wanted to get for an hour. Ooh. Diva. We call that the gay audacity. Next up, we have Ozempic's #1 op.
Oh my God, yes.
It's a sex and love question. And they write, this is a multi-aspect question. My preferred type is bigger guys around the muscle bear to muscle chub range. And I, a more lean, muscular built guy, can only seem to find guys who are insecure about their bodies. I myself want to beef up because that's where I see beauty, but I know the guys I talk to see beauty in leaner guys like me. Part of me wonders, if we were the same body type, whether both muscular or both bears, would they still talk to me? I also wonder if my attraction to heavy guys is problematic because I could be seen as a chaser or might have a slight gaining kink. How do I find guys who like their bodies but also like me? At the Eagle, Iyanla Gunk, please fix my life. That ending line.
Ilyana Gunk, please fix my life.
I'm going to say this.
Are you ready?
Not on my watch. Don't ever fix your fingers to type and compare me to Iyanla. I will not. that
You're not honored. You're not like thrilled. You're not.
She had that man screaming into a hole. I
Isn't
think
she
the
the
things
best?
that
Isn't she
Iyanla
the best?
does. When I said I like bad TV, I think
Mhm.
Iyanla Fix My Life is kind of like
Fix my life, girl. Yeah, fix my life, Ilyana.
The
I
things she
need
does
it. I
are
need it.
crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy. You had this
the
man
whole like
screaming into a hole.
the whole Oprah ecosystem, right? Of like Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil,
Scammy kind of life
Ilyana.
coach
Exactly. It's scary. It's
situations.
so scary, right?
Yeah, it's when we talk about holistic, maybe that's not the holistic that we want,
Yeah,
you know?
that's not what we desire. Certainly not.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Do
Oh my
how do
God.
you go about attraction to a bigger guy without having a kink or without
Um,
being a chaser?
do you know the Jemima Kirk meme where someone says, how do I stop feeling so self-conscious about my body or something? And her response is just, I think a lot of you are thinking too much about yourselves.
Oh,
Um, I think don't overthink it.
yeah.
Don't overthink it. And I don't know. That's what I do for the most part. Because I think especially now there is such a big rush to like pathologize your personal experiences and like define everything and try to figure out like the exact correct words to
Yeah.
define like what you are when like I don't think you need to worry that much about it.
No, you could just
Yeah. Just
navigate
do it.
sexual spheres.
Just keep doing you, buddy.
Yeah, I
Just
think
keep
the big
doing
thing
you.
for me regarding not being a chaser is you have to like
Mhm.
sit there with yourself, right? And look over the guys that you've talked to recently. Are you only talking to them because they're bigger?
Yeah.
I think that's where the distinction between chaser and just, just a bear lover kind of
Yeah,
is.
just having a preference.
Yeah, because if you get to it
Well,
and the only reason you're fucking them is because they're big
mhm.
or talking to them
Because
because they're big.
to me, a lot of my thoughts on this sort of thing goes back to like, but do you like them as a person?
Exactly.
Like,
Like,
is there a level of like respect for like, I guess this might be a dramatic word maybe, but like dignity almost like there is kind of like we are all on the same page here about what this is about. And if it is a kink, again, like, are we all on the same page here about what this is about?
yeah,
Right?
and
That sort
because
of that's just as important too, if that is what this is.
it is a two-way street, and there are, like, and this is a thing. People, what's a good way I can relate this?
Mm.
I
I'm on the edge of my seat right now. I'm
I
on the edge of my
really,
seat. This is
I'm
crazy.
trying to
This is
find
going
the
crazy.
best way to say this.
Yeah.
Chasing's a two-way street.
A
So
what?
chasing,
Is a
if
what?
it's a two-way street.
Is a two-way street.
So
Okay.
if a bear is seeing you as a chaser, they might still engage with you knowing full well that that's what you are, because
Yeah.
they're going to get their nut off regardless.
Hmm.
I think therefore the onus is up to you to ensure that you're not seeking out these guys just because they're big. You know, do you think that they're really cute in the face? Do you
Yeah.
really like their like
Yeah.
things aside from they're big?
And
What are the things you like about them?
yeah, and I think that that will kind of make itself apparent either
Yeah.
way. Um, yeah, but otherwise, just don't worry about it too much. I also think that if you were a chaser, you probably would know.
Yeah.
I think if
There's
you were a
a very
chaser,
leery aspect to
yeah,
chasers, whether it's like
yeah,
bear chasers or people who are chasing after trans women, or
yeah.
there's like a very leery kind of aspect. So as long as you're treating these people with dignity and respect, even if
Don't
you're
worry.
getting down and dirty, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
don't worry too much about it.
Yeah. Hmm. I do also think they write here, part of me wonders if we were the same body type, would they still talk to me? I know tons of bears who are only into bears.
Yeah, me too.
So I think
Hmm.
that's kind of a non-factor. I think that might be you kind of getting in your own head about
Yeah,
like,
you're overthinking. Again, don't. I think you might be thinking about yourself too much. Like, just.
yeah,
And I know that's hard. It's obviously that's easier said than done.
yeah.
And it's not like not thinking about yourself is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
When our daily lives are so like structured around thinking about yourself all the time.
So
But
much.
like, just don't worry about
Yeah,
it. Like, just
just have fun.
yeah.
If you're talking to a guy and you think he's cute up front, but then you're like talking, you're like, I actually don't like this person.
Mhm.
You don't have to keep talking to them. It just, you know what I mean? If he starts lying about knowing Pokemon, and
Yeah.
like there are
If he starts
things.
lying about knowing Pokemon, you can like execute him. I don't like
Execute
that's
him.
just like yeah.
Murder, death
Yeah,
penalty.
murder. Death
We
penalty,
can call up
laser beam.
Luigi. We
We
can
call
call
him
Luigi real
Luigi. We
quick.
call him Luigi.
We'll
Yeah.
get that
Get him
taken
on the
care
phone.
of.
Yeah, get him out of jail.
Yeah. The last thing I want to touch on with this is they say, I can only seem to find guys who are insecure about their bodies.
Mm,
I feel like that might be them doing a confirmation bias,
totally.
because there are tons of big people who are proud and happy in the
Hmm.
bodies that they exist in. And
Hmm.
I don't think that's like I don't think we should move forward being like, well, big people are insecure about their bodies. Those are the only people I can
Right.
find. You can find tons of bears that are, and listen, you go to the bear bar down the street, like, they're proud to be embarrassed.
They are
Otherwise,
certainly yes.
yeah,
Otherwise, they wouldn't be. They kind of wouldn't be.
yeah,
And I think the other way around too is like in these more muscular. I don't want to say masculine. Like these more muscular communities. Like I'm sure that there is a lot more not insecurity, but maybe body consciousness,
yeah,
right? And if that is the case, again, I think that's another question of like that's a question of you almost like you need to evaluate, I guess, what you're comfortable surrounding yourself with and who that might end up being, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Because I think there are a lot of fit guys who are secure in that identity without projecting insecurity onto other people or
yeah,
without otherwise like kind of making that insecurity felt by people who interact with them.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, and I think that I don't know, it's just good to again seek out like-minded people.
yeah. Because here they write they want to beef up because that's where they see beauty, but
Yeah.
they know that the guys they talk to see beauty in leaner guys. I
Mhm.
think if you're avoiding doing something that you want to do, like if you're avoiding beefing up because you're afraid men won't like you,
Mhm. Don't do
those
that.
maybe aren't the men for you. If you want to beef
Exactly.
up, do it for yourself. Like if
Yeah.
you are like, I want to get big, I want to get svelte, I want to get swole, do that for you.
Mhm.
Don't do it because you think it'll get you more or less guy, you know what I mean? Or avoid doing
Exactly.
so because you think, oh, they won't like me if I'm not lean.
Yeah.
Because I don't, those are just not the people. There will be people
There will
that
be
like
people who
you.
like you because you are not lean.
Yeah, there'll be people who like
Yeah.
you for whatever you bring to the
There'll be
table.
people who will like you because of how much you know about Pokemon, maybe.
Exactly. They'll be
So yeah.
lying, like
Yeah.
clawing themselves over each other
Yeah.
to lie
Yeah.
to you about how much they know about Pokemon.
Exactly. Exactly. It will happen. Trust me.
Trust and believe.
Trust.
Trust and
Just
believe.
in the meantime, just try to do or become the person you want to be.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a gross platitude. Or you
I
could like
know.
get like a laser beam, or
They
you
did
could
say
take
Ozempic's number one op, so
yeah, or we could I don't know, like we could start learning like spells.
I do like
Yeah, I
pondering an orb.
yeah, you get an orb and ponder it. If you don't want to do a big like platitudinous, if that's a word even, thing of
Mm,
like I love myself, I'm secure in myself, and I'm like blah blah blah, whatever. Fine, you don't have to do that. Just open up the portal.
it does suck how
Yeah,
much advice often is these like really
you
empty
have to like yourself.
platitudes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. You have to like yourself, and just focus on you, and you are your own best friend, and
Yeah.
you can do anything you want to do through yourself. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think there's a healthy medium where you can do all those things and also still not really center
Yeah.
yourself too much in a
Yeah,
lot of
I
this. You know
agree.
what I
I
mean?
agree.
I think one way in either direction too much is probably
Yeah, I think the best advice, oh God, am I gonna have like an opinion about this? I'm gonna craft an opinion about
oh,
this like in real time.
all
I think that
right.
good advice, I think privileges like action or like
Yeah.
doing something about a problem, right?
Hmm.
Like otherwise, like just saying like just do you, just be
That
yourself.
doesn't help anyone.
Well, that's not anything because that's not even
Yeah.
that's not advice, but it's like bad advice because like sometimes the you that you're doing is the you that got you into this mess in the
Into the
first
pro
place.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So sometimes you need to like up we need to go
I
upwards
do
from the
think
problem.
the fact that this person is even considering like how do I not be a chaser? The fact that they're
Hmm.
having that question
Yeah.
probably is batting positive for them in terms of
Oh
not
yeah,
being one. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Because people who are
Absolutely.
chasers don't think about these types of things,
Mm-mm.
you know?
Mm-mm. Yeah, they don't have that kind of sensitivity. Or they're not even like they're not interested in that kind of sensitivity. They're not interested in like cultivating it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this goes for, people who are into bears, the rice
Hmm.
queens, the trans chaser. Like this goes
Yeah.
for all of the like there's just a lack of sensibility and a lack of awareness and just that like they're so single-mindedly focused, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that's I think the fact that you're asking these questions, Ozempic's number one op, is
Hmm.
is boding well.
That's right. And keep destroying Ozempic.
Yeah, I
That's right.
I just think Ozempic, like how gaunt it makes everyone look.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on
Yeah,
now.
celebrity Ozempic usage, it's over, it's overdone, it's immediately tacky. Like I don't want to see it ever again. If you have to use it because you have a oh, no, no, no. If you have a medical condition
Yeah, like it's
or
diabetes medication first,
diabetes
right?
care,
Like,
or sometimes I have a a pretty dear friend who was using it for weight management, and she got the results that she wanted, and I think that it's very
boom.
good, right? Like um, but like let's be honest again. First of all, let's be honest. Especially the further up we go in the like Ozempic using echelon,
Yeah.
let's not lie to each other. We're not just drinking water. Like
Some of
we're on
y'all
the yeah
look gaunt,
worrying.
jaundiced,
You look
scary,
yes, you look diseased.
Skeletor.
Yes, it's just not good for you, bud. Like
Yeah.
it's not. I don't want to see you looking that way. It worries me.
Yeah. I
Yeah, sorry.
so many celebrities. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, what
Yeah,
happened there?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We have time for one more question, and I think this is it's a bit of a longer one, but I think it's
Okay,
worth the journey of it all. Okay.
absolutely.
I did edit this one down, so it was
Perfect.
longer.
It
If
was
you, it
longer
was longer if you can imagine.
before it
Um,
made it to this form. No, it's so but
it
so.
was
Okay,
longer. I
nice.
cut it down, but I wanted to keep their voice and stuff, so I did leave
Yeah,
some stuff
sure.
in to leave it
Oh
in.
no, you can see my armpit sweat. Oh God.
It's okay. I'm hiding mine
Okay.
under this giant
Good for
sweat
you.
glue.
That's smart. That's smart.
The last question for today is from Shameless Slut. It's a sex and love question, and they write, "This might be a long one, so apologies in advance. My question is, this is kind of the crux of it. Is the relationship status of my casual sex partners my business?
Mm.
To start, I love to fuck, and I have unintentionally broken up multiple couples because one of the boyfriends slept with me and the other didn't like it. Some of these were people I was friends with, others were strangers. It's happened a few times now, though. For example, we'll take Alex. Alex and Blake were dating for a year or so. Alex had confided in me about wanting an open relationship and that him and Blake had been talking about it, with Blake being somewhat hesitant. Blake and I were never friends. I met him through Alex and have hung out, but never connected one-on-one. After a few months, Alex, while dating and living with Blake, started making moves on me. I reciprocated because, well, Alex is hot and I'd been wanting to hook up with him and honestly, him and his boyfriend for a while. Alex said to keep our fucking on the DL. I figured it was because we were friends and it would be weird for the larger friend group to find out. I have written here, the friend group always knows.
The friend group always knows.
They always know, Diva.
They always know, Diva.
That's...
Keep that in mind. Whatever you say, girl.
Yeah, whatever you say. But moving on. While Alex and I were fucking, his relationship with Blake became rocky. Somewhere down the line, Blake became hostile with me, and it was clear he didn't like that I was sleeping with his boyfriend. Not long after, the two broke up. I didn't think anything of it. I had fully assumed they finally agreed to be in an open relationship. Blake got jealous, and it didn't work out. But months later, I was reflecting, and now I'm wondering if they were actually close the whole time. Alex told me to keep it a secret. I think Alex was cheating on him and Blake found out? I feel douchey for saying this, but I don't really feel bad about it. Their foundation seemed rocky, what with Alex wanting to be open and Blake not, and Alex initiated with me. Sure, I said yes, but I wasn't the one who proposed it. For me, it was just sex and I don't feel I'm responsible for Alex's decisions. I assumed they were open, wasn't my place to ask otherwise. Similar things have happened with strangers who lied about being in relationships as well, but here's the crux. When it comes to casual sex, friend, stranger, or otherwise, is their relationship status and the details therein any of my business? All I want is sex, not dating. I just want to get my dick wet and my hole fucked. Should I care if they're dating someone?
So, I've been in a similar position.
Okay.
At least once.
Okay.
And to varying degrees of I guess let's say emotional intensity in terms of involvement. And the more distance I get from situations like this, and the more I've thought about it, the more I've kind of settled on there is only so much you can do as the kind of outside party.
Yeah.
Before it kind of stops being your fault. Mm-hmm. If something goes horribly wrong on the other end of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can ask all the questions, you can check and double check, you can trust but verify all you want. But if somebody's lying to you, let alone if somebody is lying to their partner, you're not going to find out. You probably won't find out in a way that you want to, right?
Exactly.
I have learned this, unfortunately.
Yep.
So just do what you can. That is my personal belief in this sort of situation. I think that you have no obligation to feel bad.
Yeah.
Or not as much of an obligation to feel bad. I think the fact that it's a pattern does not necessarily speak great things.
I think maybe we start asking a couple cursory questions. If it's a pattern, you know what I mean?
If it's a pattern, I would say let's have a little bit of curiosity about why.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think if you are consistent in your intention and you are clear about your intentions, I think that you have nothing to worry about, personally.
Yeah, I do. I don't know if I would have just assumed that they were open. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's another thing. I get that.
For me specifically, I think I would have at least asked. I'm not saying pry into the relationship and make it your business.
Okay.
I, at very bare minimum, the second Alex starts making moves on me, I would be like, oh, so are you two open?
What is this? Yeah.
You know, that I would at least ask at least once.
Sure.
And if he lies and says, yeah, we're open, that you can't have
That's not my fault.
You're only working off the information that he gives you. You right? So
I agree. Especially if these are not people you otherwise know very well.
Him and Alex are friends.
Okay.
And that's the other thing, is because he thought that Alex was saying, let's keep our fucking on the DL for the larger friend group. I don't know if that's the conclusion I would have made. I think if someone's fucking me and we're talking about let's keep it on the DL, I'm assuming you're with someone, you know, and that's why. Not because of the friend group.
sometimes I'm a very trusting person. So I
Mm.
would totally take someone at their word if they said that to me.
Well, see,
Because
I would ask the question, and then if they say, "Oh yeah, we're open," then I
yeah,
would trust them because, well,
exactly.
you have no
Okay,
reason to
that's
tell me
yeah,
you're not.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I do think maybe we start asking just like one, two questions sprinkled
Yes.
in.
Yes. Mama, let's research.
Yeah, let's
Mama,
not
let's
just like,
research.
because when you assume, you make
Yeah.
an ass of
You're an
you and
ass out of
me.
you and me.
Yeah,
That's
we all
right.
know it. We
That's
all know it.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, if you're assuming that these people are open without ever asking at the bare
Mhm.
minimum, I'm not saying to
If
like double
there's
check with Blake, right? Because that's a whole other thing.
no,
Then
that's a whole other
that's
thing.
not your business. And that makes it really messy if like
Mhm.
Alex is hitting on you and you're like, hey, Blake, I'm just double checking. Are you too open?
Right.
That is asking for trouble.
That's asking for trouble. Don't be stupid. Don't be
Yeah.
stupid. But if you play with fire,
You're going to get burnt.
yeah.
But, maybe we ask Alex and just like, since the two of you are friends, you can be kind of frank with him in that,
Yeah.
like, hey,
Have a
are
conversation
you
about
too
it.
open
Right.
or are you just stepping around him? You know what I mean?
If it bothers you, have a conversation about it.
Yeah. That being
Mhm.
said, I do think you were kind of working within the realm of what you thought was
Yes.
the reality.
Otherwise you've done what you can in the
Yeah,
situation, I think. Yeah.
exactly. Like, I don't think it's your problem to feel bad about it.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
I think Alex is the asshole in the
Alex
situation.
is a bit of a philanderer. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You
he
should
was
not be
playing around on you. He
yeah.
was playing
You
around on
should not be
Blake.
stepping out. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah,
Don't be
exactly.
foolish. Don't be foolish.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So the problem mostly lies with Alex. However, I do
Yes.
think maybe we start asking a couple more questions.
Yes. Yes. Investigative detective work. Yes.
Yeah, because if this is something that happens quite often,
Mhm.
I think
Ask
I
why.
I think some questions are needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, both questions asked to yourself and questions asked to the people that you're fucking with.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know. Yeah, I for as long as that was it kind of was like just a straightforward answer.
It was really, yeah. Well, part of it is like in the question itself, it is kind of like, well, it seems like you've got a lot of this figured out.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
sometimes
it
I think the sheer act of writing out the story,
makes you evaluate the problem.
yes, because
Yeah,
there are sometimes people write stuff in, and I'm like, Diva, girl, you figured it out.
you weren't. Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
You've got it. Sometimes
you got it.
just
Yeah,
writing into the website is what gave it to you. You
yeah. Like
know?
no, you're good.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but I do think ask a couple
Hmm.
questions.
Hmm.
You know,
Get curious.
yeah, get curious. I think
Get
everyone could
curious.
stand to get a little more curious.
Absolutely.
You
Really.
know, I've been
Um,
seeing a lot of video content about straight men not asking follow-up questions, and
oh yeah.
I think
No.
maybe we could all
No. Yeah.
stand to start asking more
We
follow-up
can all
questions.
stand to ask a couple more questions. Just a
Yeah,
couple. It's
just
always, I
questions.
think it's always okay to ask another question.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Whether or not you agree with
Exactly.
that or not,
Exactly.
ask some questions.
Ask away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, good luck. Let us
Good luck to you.
know
Yes.
how everything goes. If this is going to continue being a problem for you, we love updates. Um,
Absolutely.
and yeah, you can submit your own questions at poisontouch.com or by, that's 100% anonymous. But if you want to get messy with it, you can just shoot me a DM and we can do it that way. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with our second segment of the episode, Nasty Plot. What's nagging
Nice.
you?
It's so sassy.
We're back from our break and we are here with a new segment. It's no longer Advice to the Stars, y'all. We now got Nasty Plot, where we talk about what's nagging you. In this segment, where it's similar to Advice to the Stars, but think broader. Today I got a couple things. Marvel Rivals.
So is every F-slur playing that game now? Is that like what's
Yes.
happening?
Yeah,
Okay.
more or less, pretty much.
Okay. I couldn't care less about that shit. I hate like those kind of like competitive shooters like
The
that.
shooter, yeah, you're not
I
an
can't
Overwatch person.
I can't stand that shit. I tried
Yeah.
really hard. I have a little McCree, or I guess he's not McCree anymore, is he?
What is he?
Um
What's his name now?
Cole Cassidy. Yeah, but
Oh,
he is like a very formative like video game crush, obviously.
of course.
But I don't give a shit about these games. It just
Yeah,
drives me
I'm
nuts.
not super big on hero shooters. I played
Okay.
Overwatch. I think the reason I like Marvel Rivals so much is because I'm
Hmm.
a huge X-Men fan,
Okay. All right.
and I like that they are adding, like Magneto, Wolverine, Jean Grey's coming
Mm,
soon.
mm,
Like I
mm.
love that about it.
Okay.
Um, I myself play the Vanguard or the tank role. I love playing
Okay.
tank. I love playing support. I like a healer. I like a tank.
Mm.
What my problem is here today, and this is someone you already know,
Uh,
everybody instalocks DPS, damage per second. They want to do the
okay.
big damage. Everyone wants to
Okay.
play Iron
Yes.
Man. Everyone wants to play Hawkeye and Black Widow and the really squishy people who do a lot of damage, right? Everyone
Right.
wants to do that, not
Okay.
realizing that if we don't have a tank or healers to support the squishy ones that'll die,
Hmm.
we're all going down.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to DPS, but nobody wants to be down to play support. That's the DPS we're missing.
Oh my God. You should like. Is that yours? Did you come up with that?
Yeah, I was trying to
Oh.
find something that fit in the vibe of like, when like really
Mhm.
Jesus-y folk do like one of those types of things.
Pokemon go to the polls.
Yeah, or Pokemon go to
Yeah.
the pews,
Go to the.
like the
Yeah.
children need to
Yeah.
be in the church. They need
The
to
children need
Pokemon
to be
go
in
to
the
the
church.
pews.
Go to the mass.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go to the
exactly.
service.
Mass Effect. How about you go to mass and see the effect it
The
can have
effect
on
on
your
your life.
life?
See the effect
Yes.
Christ will have on your life.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Lord.
Those types of things, they get me so, oh my God.
Those piss me off
They're
so bad.
so fucking funny. Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals. How about you get in the
Nothing.
church
Well,
and
yeah.
find the rival that Lucifer is, they're
Why
just
don't you get
so
into church and marvel at the
at the
unrivaled
rivaling.
glory of God?
Yes,
Like
yes,
like
there
something
it
like
is.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one. I'm obsessed with those. Oh my God.
I was raised Catholic, so I never got any of the fun ones.
Oh,
I like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was raised with no religion. My
Good
mom
for
was
you.
kind of
Okay.
raised like Jehovah. And so
Oh,
my
okay.
mom didn't have like she didn't have like a Christmas or like a birthday or like any like
Oh
large
my God.
holiday
Okay. Yeah.
until
Yeah.
she
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like started dating my dad.
Mhm.
So I think that kind of like trickled down to where we just weren't raised with religion because of that.
Mm.
My dad was always like, we can go to church if you want, but it wasn't like,
He didn't mean
yeah,
it.
he
He was
would have been
being
down.
joking.
Like if I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go to church. I want to strengthen my relationship with God. I don't know what church we would have been going to. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like specifically Catholic or it was just kind of I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But I was never into God for I do find myself spiritual, but I don't think
Mm.
that the Judeo-Christian kind of religion stuff is for me.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh my
Uh
God.
but yeah, stop auto locking DPS. Some of you bitches need to learn to play
What
support
does that
because
mean? What does that mean, auto lock? Like,
okay, so there's 6 people on the team. The
yeah.
match opens up. If you're auto locking, you're picking the character you're gonna play. You're not budging at all.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Whereas
Got it.
me, I know how to play maybe like 4 or 5 of the 6 tanks that we have,
Okay.
and I know how to play 3 of the supports that we have. Right, so
Yeah.
I'm willing to budge. Like if my character isn't good on this map or not good with this team, I can swap. I'm
Yeah.
open to
Okay.
change. And I think the problem that I have with this game is so
Okay.
many people are only learning one character. They're
Mhm.
sticking with, they're like one tricking it, right? They're only knowing that person. And it doesn't lend itself to good competitive play because you need to learn
Okay.
how to
Okay.
flex.
That's fair. I probably would be an auto locking person.
Oh,
I guess because in that type of game, and this is just why I don't play them in general, because that type of game, like to me, the objective is to find the one thing you're good at and be good at that one thing.
that's true.
Because otherwise, I'm kind of like, what am I doing? I don't want to play everything. I want to play the one way I like to play,
I think there's
which
a
I
way
think
to
is
find that in each role, though. you know?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I think you can find a support that fits your play style, a DPS
Okay,
that fits your
fair.
play style, and it's like for me, I have one, at least one for each. That's my goal anytime I play a game like this.
Okay,
I
that's
want to have
okay.
at least one person I can play in each role just in case I have to fill.
Yeah, I think you're very disciplined in that way because I would never do something like that. I would never do something like that. But
See,
that's why I only play like single player RPGs because I like to play exactly the way I want to play and know their way, like all the
boom.
time.
What RPGs are you playing right now?
I'm right now, I'm not really playing any.
Oh,
So I'm going back to Japan later in the spring. So I'm hoping that by the time I get there, I'll be able to maybe I have a 3DS right now, but it's kind of old and busted. It's homebrewed though,
I love a
so it can do a
3DS.
lot of stuff.
Nice.
But I need to get a new one. I
Mm.
need to get a new one. And I saw like complete in box like Japanese ones over there for like probably like $150
Oh,
American. Yeah, like really cheap. So it's just a matter of like kind of finding the time to do it and then like justifying the purchase. But I've been pretty dead set on getting one for a while, so I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet
yeah.
and invest
I
in the
think with
3DS.
like the Switch and the Switch 2 coming out, I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised if the
true.
prices drop a little bit even more as everyone
I
focuses more on
agree.
the new system.
So we'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye out when I go back. I've heard that Osaka is not a terrible place to like look for that kind of like game stuff or vintage stuff. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed.
Cool. That'd be
But
cool.
yeah, right now I'm not playing anything. I'm usually playing Pokemon, or Persona, some of the Shin Megami Tensei games.
Nice.
I've had like brief flirtations with Final Fantasy, but sometimes I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah,
So
they
it
are
depends. It really depends on the
long,
game. Yeah,
expanding
I've played.
stories.
I've played a couple of the older ones. So I've played 6, 5, 1 and 3.
Oh, 6, 6, and 5 are fab. I love
Yeah, I love
those.
them. They were really fun.
Those are great.
I didn't always like 6 because I think I just prefer a job system.
Yeah. Which
But yeah, I love
five's job system is
five.
so fun.
Fives is great. Yeah, it's like my favorite thing about it. Yeah, but like right now, I'm not really playing anything. I've been playing a lot of Balatro, if you've heard of that
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah.
So fucking obsessed. I got my dad into it. Like
That's
it's
so fun.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere in my household, in my life.
I have not played it
Everyone I
yet,
know.
but
It's really, really. I We have
I
Apple
want
Arcade.
to.
Yeah, it's so fun. I just have it on my phone. I play it all the time.
See, the
It's
thing,
great.
I have so many phone games, and then I also have a lot of games that I have not beat. So I'm on this
Oh,
kick of
okay.
not buying shit until I beat it.
Sure. What other phone games do you have?
Oh my, Pocket, TCG,
Oh,
Marvel
okay, sure.
Snap. I've got the Magic
Okay.
the Gathering phone game.
There's a
Um,
Magic phone game? I didn't know that.
yeah, Magic.
Okay, okay.
What is it even called? The app just says Magic, but it has a name. Magic the Gathering Arena.
Sure. Okay, interesting.
It's fun.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I just have so many phone games. Sometimes I'll pull
Hmm.
up Final Fantasy Tactics on my phone and play a couple matches in that.
Can you buy that?
Yeah, they've got most of the Final
Oh.
Fantasies on the phone up to I think like all the Pixel ones,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
like Tactics, and I think they have like a pocket type version of 7,
Okay,
um,
yeah.
and
Well,
15.
some of the Pixel ones I want to play on like
The Pixel
console though.
ones
Yeah.
I think are better on console. I think playing them
Yeah,
on
I agree.
they deserve a little more
Yeah.
oomph.
At least on the Switch.
Oh yeah, because they have the Switch
Yeah.
remasters, and that you can get all
Exactly. And
6. You can
they're
get all
perfect.
6 in
Yeah.
one.
They're really good.
Yeah. I had a whole bit about New Year's resolutions and how
Yeah.
much I don't like in and out lists and how they're
Okay.
overrated.
Yeah.
I'm actually redacting that because
Oh, okay. Why?
in thinking about it, I realized, wait, am I not making an in and out list for myself when I say these things? Somewhat, it kind of in like a very kind of roundabout
Mhm.
way. And I realized I
You've
actually
been
don't care.
caught.
I don't care that much about them, or
You've
do
been
them,
caught.
have fun. You want to make it, whatever. I
Mhm.
had a whole thing, and then I said I was at the gym, and the epiphany hit me, and I said, wait, is that not me making an out list by saying, you know
In
what
a
I
way,
mean,
yes. Yeah.
right?
You got, congratulations, you caught yourself.
I got
I'm really,
myself.
yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to be transparent with the listeners and everyone
Mhm.
because I make mistakes. So
That's
I
really
did get
brave.
myself with that. So I wanted to let y'all know, continue to make your in and out list, continue to have your resolutions. Um, find a different time to go to the gym as everyone else. For me, I like a good 1 p.m., but that's because I'm on a bartender schedule. So I
All
go nice
right.
and early
All
and
right.
I miss the crowd. So if you're someone who's like, I hate how busy the gym is at 4, that's because everyone's going at 4.
Hmm. Go at
Pick another
go at like
time.
yeah, go at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, ask questions, do research.
Ask questions.
Yes.
And the last thing I wanted to cover was coffee shops that close at 2.
Hate it.
They piss me off.
Hate it.
I like an
We
afternoon
used to be
coffee.
we used to be a real country. We used to have
We
coffee
used
shops that were
to.
open. Yeah. Yeah. Something's not
Yeah.
right here.
It's sick. It and I think 2 I 2 is almost more respectable of a closing time than the coffee shops that close at 5. You're
You really think so? Okay.
because if you're closing at 2, I can respect that you're just not
Okay.
I can
Yeah. It's
respect you're
sending a
not into the
firm
coffee game.
yes, it's sending a firm message. We're
Yeah.
not doing this. We are a breakfast
Breakfast spot only.
establishment.
You want to get
Okay.
the rush that comes before they go to work. You want
Yeah.
to get the people that want to do their like lunchtime kind of work situation.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're out by 2.
Mhm.
The ones that close at 5, I think piss me off more.
Yeah, because they're playing games.
You're playing games.
Because you're playing games with.
You're
Okay,
playing
yeah,
games because
absolutely.
why
You're
are
playing
you
games.
even open? You're like
Exactly.
you're stopping your own blessings basically. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That though they
It's
just get
just
me.
yeah, it's just not right. I agree with that.
Yeah, so my nasty
Yeah,
plot is coffee shops that are closing not at 2 but at 5
out of
because if
five.
you're not going to do the morning rush and the afternoon rush and the people
Get
getting
the
out of
fuck
work
out
at
of here.
5,
Yeah, get the fuck out of
get the
here.
fuck out.
Get the fuck
My
out of here.
advice,
Couldn't agree
people
more.
like if you go into any other country,
Yes.
coffee shops are open later.
A
When
lot of them
I
are, yeah.
France, Italy, when I was in Thailand, coffee shops were open like all
Hmm.
hours. People enjoy a coffee later in the day.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up have a little cafecito after dinner, something real
Okay.
tiny, real cute, and boom, that'll put you to sleep.
Yeah.
We need to get back to that.
I live in an area with a lot of Ethiopian people, so there are a lot of like late night coffee or like later coffee places, but there are a lot of still like mid-tier, more general cafes in my area that like
Mhm.
used to like pre-pandemic used to be open way later, and ever since then like have never gone back to late hours, and it really makes me
Damn,
mad.
is
Yeah.
that why? Is it's always everything
Some of it is
ties back to the
yeah,
fucking
the fucking
pandemic.
pandemic. Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
awful.
god,
I
it's
know.
sick how much shit. Every
Yeah, it's a
time
sad
something
world we
annoys
live
me,
in.
someone's like, it's because of the pandemic. I'm like,
It's because of
fuck.
coronavirus. I did not know it was because of coronavirus. Of course it is. Yeah,
Of
it
course,
sucks.
because of
I
course,
know.
we can never
Yeah.
fucking get away from it.
Everybody's off. Everybody's off coronavirus.
Jesus,
Jesus.
my God.
My God.
Well, there is a
Oh,
whole culture of people drinking coffee at night. I just
I know. I know.
cannot
I
stress
agree.
it
I
enough.
agree. It used to be a proud American tradition, and then we started getting rid of diners too. So now we have
I
nothing.
know.
Now we have
I live
nothing.
on top of a diner, so I'm
Oh,
quite
I'm so
lucky in the
jealous.
fact that I have a 24
I'm
hour
so
diner
jealous. The only thing we
available at
have
all
nearby is
times.
IHOP. It pisses me off.
Oh,
Good for you, though.
no, no. We need like small family owned type
Yes,
diners, Greek
absolutely.
diners. We
Hmm.
need those. Those are an important part of
Hmm.
the ecosystem. But Justin, what's your nasty plot today?
Okay, I could go. I could go on and on. For one thing, my nasty plot: snow. Enough. Don't want to see it ever again. It's
Hate it.
ice now. It was cute for a day. Now it's ice. Get it out of my sight. I don't want to see it ever again. I don't want it in my footpath. I want it nowhere. I want it gone. Goodbye.
Hmm.
Hate it.
Hmm.
My constant nasty plot ever since this stupid little mobile game came out. I have not pulled a Wigglytuff EX in Pokemon TCG Pocket. It's driving me
Damn.
crazy. I want a Wigglytuff EX. It's all I want. It's the one EX I don't have. I don't understand. I've pulled so many packs. I've opened so many Pikachu packs. No Wigglytuff. I've done so many Wonder Picks. No Wigglytuff.
Mm-mm.
What's the big holdup? I don't have enough pack points for it. Why not? Just give me a Wigglytuff. I'm
That
so
is
sick of
me with
this.
Blastoise. I want that Blastoise EX, not because I want to use it. I just need it for the.
I just need it.
I
I
just
just
need
need
it.
it. I just need to be there. Is it okay? Can I just have it? Like, it's not fair. It's not fair to me. I work
Mm-mm.
so hard. I've even paid a little bit of money. I'm ashamed to admit it. I have. I want this fucking Pokemon card, and no one will give it to me. Like, and I'm getting mad. I'm just so
I
sick
get
of
it.
it.
I hear
Um,
you. I hear
yeah.
you.
I'm a celebrity gossip hound. I love some celebrity gossip, whatever. I'm hearing rumors that Tom Holland and Zendaya are engaged. Hate it. hate that. That's not a real relationship. That's not real to me. You can't convince me that those are two people who like each other. Also, not to mention the fact Tom Holland and Zendaya need to split up immediately because Zendaya's star is on the ascendant, whereas I believe that Tom Holland's is descending and Zendaya needs to ditch him immediately. I'm so sick of
Yeah,
it. I'm
because
so sick of this
I feel like
shit.
once he's all tapped out of Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
if and this is saying, I mean, if he wants to break out of that, and I like him as
You
Spider-Man.
got
I
it.
think the movies are
I
fun,
hate
right?
him. I hate that
What? I
guy.
think the movies are fun,
I
but I think he's got a
despise
lot
him.
of
Yeah.
fucking work to do if he wants to be
Oh
able
yeah.
to continue to have any form of career.
The man can't act. He can't act, folks. He just can't act. He can't act unless he's being asked to be like a quirky, plucky, precocious teenager. He's not a good
Maybe
performer.
that's why I
He's
haven't
not
seen him in
funny
anything else that isn't
because there's nothing
Spider-Man.
else to watch. He's not good. I don't like
Mm,
him. I just really don't like him.
mm.
Just save it. Just save it, people. I get it out of my sight. That's a fake relationship. I want to see Zendaya, and I feel the same way about Paul Mescal, but for like the opposite like gender. Like I want to see Zendaya with an adult man. I don't want to see her
Yeah.
playing around with these little boys anymore.
Maybe
She's a
that's what she
grown
needs.
woman.
She needs
She's
to
a
go through that divorce to like, and
literally,
we're gonna get a
literally
really great, fantastic performance from her at like post divorce. That's gonna be the one that gets her that fucking,
Zendaya. Zendaya, and I know you're listening, Zendaya. Zendaya, you are an adult woman. You are an Emmy winner and a Golden Globe nominee. You need to date an adult man. I feel the same way about Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal leave Gracie Abrams in the garbage where she belongs, dude. You need to date an adult woman or an adult man.
Can I
Just
confess something
saying.
to you?
Absolutely.
For the longest time, before I knew who Paul Mescal was,
Okay.
I thought he was an old man.
Okay.
People would say
Like,
Paul
just
Mescal, and I thought this was an old man who has been acting for eons. I was thinking like an Al Pacino type. Like people
you
were
were
saying
probably,
Paul
I mean, you might have been
Mescal.
thinking of like Paul Newman.
Maybe.
Okay, so you don't even know. Okay, so you were
I
just
don't know.
thinking he was
I
just
didn't know
some
who he
established
was. I
guy.
just thought he was some
Okay.
established older man that had been like acting,
No, he's
the
brand
likes of,
new.
yeah,
He's
that's,
he's brand new.
and then I found out, I said, oh, wow, this is who
Yeah.
this
And
is.
he
Okay.
needs to be dating a woman, an adult woman, like a MILF, or he needs to be dating a man, like a grown ass man. I don't want to
So,
see these celebrities walking around with like these little wafy blonde girls anymore. I don't like it.
how do you feel about Aaron Taylor Johnson with his decrepit wife?
I would like it if she didn't like very obviously groom him,
Yes.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
If she didn't like very obviously take advantage of a teenager, like I
Hmm.
would be all about that. Obviously, like look at the show I came from.
Well, okay.
Obviously, I would
Yeah.
be all
Of
about that,
course.
right? But like, or like if it was like a Holland Taylor, Sarah Paulson situation, I'd be 100%
I
for it.
love my old
That
lesbians. I love them.
exactly. But unfortunately, like she's probably a weird freak. And like
Um,
I don't like to talk about it that much because I ultimately like we're gonna hear about it as if it's a problem, we're gonna hear about it when it's time to hear
when it's
about it,
time.
right?
Yep.
Like otherwise I'm not interested in assigning anybody anything or telling anybody that like that they are the victim of something. Like that's none of my business. Um if he wants to claim that identity or that label, like he will do it when he's ready to do it. Otherwise, we keep our mouths shut and our ears open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Shawn Mendes.
Okay.
Everyone
Good.
bullied Shawn
Yes.
Mendes into not. If no one had said anything, Shawn Mendes probably would have came out years ago.
Yeah, if no one had said anything, we probably would have seen like 20 videos of Shawn Mendes sucking cock on the internet by
This
now.
is
Like,
y'all's
but
fault. I
because
knew it.
this is y'all's fault. But it's because instead now we have to bully everybody, and you guys can't just do it in private anymore either. Like
Yeah.
now we have to wait for him. We have to watch him date Camila Cabello,
Oh,
right?
God.
I feel the same way. I feel
It's
the
so
same way about
much.
Pedro Pascal, where it's like this is he that's a gay guy, and it's everyone else's fault that
Yes.
he hasn't come out yet.
Exactly. I
It's
agree. And
everyone
I
else's
do
fault.
also think part of it is Hollywood. If he were to come
Yes.
out, he'd be Billy Portered. He wouldn't be able to play the
Oh
action
yeah.
roles and things that he like likes to play or that he's currently playing,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Which is so depressing,
I
right?
know, it's so sad. And that's
The
what
only
leads us to
yeah.
things like Hugh Jackman, that is a
Do
gay
you think
man.
he's a gay man?
He has a live-in business partner with his
But
quote-unquote
I
wife.
celebrities, first of all, celebrities are weird. Second of all, he's been surrounded by rumors of like credible dating rumors with Sutton Foster. Like I think he's just I've been around theater men, like they're just like that. Like they're
Maybe he
just
is just
awful.
weird.
Some heterosexual men in theater are just like that, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like
maybe that's it.
yeah.
I do think the live-in business partner, the man that they
Celebrities
have
are
live with,
weird
it's
though.
so interesting. I would
Yeah,
give to be a fly on the wall, you know? I
yeah,
just
I
want to
agree.
know. I
Well,
just
especially
want to
because before
know.
they divorced, like he was just married to some woman, I don't think she was a celebrity.
Hmm.
So,
Weird.
that's weird. It's weird. I want to know.
Yeah, I'm
I have
curious. Yes.
one last nasty plot, and it's the experience of being stuck in a music rut.
Okay.
I hate it. I've really only been listening to like the same 4 or 5 songs.
Oh no, why is that?
Um,
Let's talk about it. And what
just that
genres do you listen to
I listen
primarily?
to. So I tend to listen to a lot of pop.
Okay.
But I'm open to a lot of things generally. It's just that like my emphasis is on like more mainstream stuff and like deeper cuts from the mainstream stuff. Um, right now my I have like about 5 things that I've had on repeat. A lot of K-pop just because when it's like the winter time and I need free serotonin, I'm
Oh
listening to
yeah.
K-pop.
Oh yeah.
Um, I've been
I'm
I
on
do
there,
hate that
right?
song. I do hate that song,
It
unfortunately.
plays at the bar so much. I'm so
I bet
tired.
that sounds like torture. That sounds
Yeah.
like torture.
Hmm.
I My take on that song is that I would like it way more if it didn't have Bruno Mars on it, but that it wouldn't be a successful song if it didn't have Bruno Mars on
How
it.
do you feel about the Bruno Mars Don Quixote remix? Are you familiar with this?
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god! So if you're next time you're in Japan, you're gonna see
Okay.
this.
Oh,
So
oh, now I know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. I haven't heard it yet. I
oh
haven't
my
heard that yet.
god,
But I will seek it out. Now that I
seek
know what
it
you mean by
out.
Don Quixote, I will seek it
Yes,
out.
I
I will
was
seek
in
that
that
out. Oh
donkey and
my
it
god, I
kept
did
fucking playing.
because I heard Don Quixote. I was like, what the fuck do you mean Bruno Mars remixed a Spanish novel?
No, no,
Like,
no. I mean
okay,
donkey.
yeah, donkey. Yeah,
Donkey.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. My bad. My
Um,
bad.
so I'm listening to aespa,
Okay, I love this. Yeah,
Supernova
but,
all the time.
fab.
I've recently decided to like Le Seraphim. Originally, I didn't,
Okay,
but now I do.
okay. I like
Because I've
them.
decided to fuck with those Korean girls who want to be Latina. I think that's
Yeah,
neat.
yeah.
I think it's neat.
Me gente
I think it's neat
Latino.
that they want to do it that way. Yeah, yeah, me de Latina, and I'm Taylor Swift in that gift, going like mouthing. I didn't know she spoke Spanish. I'm Taylor Swift in that. I've been listening to some other things, of course. I've been listening to the same like 2 or 3 Erica DeCassier songs.
Okay.
And then I've been listening to one Sabrina Carpenter song from 2019 that I'm kind of obsessed with.
Not you doing a deep cut. You said, let's take it back.
I
Let's take it
told
back.
you because I invested in Sabrina Carpenter kind of early.
Hmm.
Like a friend and I planned on doing this like stupid little writing project about listening to all the Disney pop stars and
Okay.
then like ranking their discographies.
Ranking the X Acts.
And I assigned myself Sabrina Carpenter, and so I listened to her entire discography up until that point, and it was mostly really bad music, but there was some good stuff in there. And then like 3 years after that, like she starts making good music, and then puts out Espresso and like all the other
Mm.
songs that popped off, right? And I feel like I invested on the ground floor of something because I was there, not quite in the trenches, because I don't do fandom stuff
Yeah.
really. It's like just not my bag. But I was like listening to this shit and I was like, wow, this is terrible, but she's got some potential.
There's something there. There's
There's some there
something
there.
there.
And this is one of the songs where I was like, oh, there's some there. She's got some. She's got a little something.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am not even fully on the Sabrina Carpenter. I enjoy it. I
sure.
enjoy her
You enjoy
music.
some of the Sabrina Carpenter
I enjoy
songs.
some of the Breeze. Yeah, but what the fuck does she know about cameras?
What the fuck does she know about espresso? And that's literally you because I see you on Instagram. I know you'd be making some crazy coffee
Oh
concoctions.
my!
So
I
you're literally like, what
love.
the fuck does this bitch know about espresso beverage?
I love an insane coffee. I think when we're
I
done here,
know.
I'm going to take the sea salt ice cream that I made yesterday and I'm going to
Uh-huh.
turn it into a latte.
And that's psychotic, but I love that for you.
Yeah, I
I
think
only
that's the
drink black.
vibe
I like
today.
primarily only drink black coffee.
I can listen. Time to time, I will enjoy a black coffee. I respect it.
Sure,
I
sure.
love coffee for coffee.
Yes, me
However,
too. Me too.
I love mixing and making
Mm-mm,
drinks and changing it
mm-mm.
up. To me, that is so
I
fun.
I like the idea of it, but I don't always like the taste. I don't like it when it's too sweet. I don't always like the execution. Like I
That's
just,
where I try to keep it not super super sweet.
mhm.
I always
I
want to
do I
keep
do
coffee first.
I do respect you doing everything at home. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And that was my COVID
Thank you.
hobby.
I
That was my
love
COVID
it.
hobby, was doing the same thing. So I do fuck with that heavily.
Yeah, I just I think I'm gonna invest in a new espresso machine this year.
Obsessed.
I'm
Obsessed.
looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the price point on it because espresso machines
Real.
are expensive.
Real.
But I'm looking forward to upping my coffee game.
Real. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to more stuff. We'll see what takes hold. And I'm definitely like in a, I think overall like a slightly better mental health moment than I was like this time last year.
Mm.
So you know, I'm hoping that something good will come out of this. I've been listening to some other things that have been kind of outside of my radar. This is why I like to keep up with everybody's like best of like year end lists. I think those are always really
Gosh.
exciting. And for once, I'm kind of just leaning into the K-pop because normally when I do the K-pop, I just go back and revisit like the same couple things that came out in like 2019.
Yeah.
But like now I'm like, okay, fine. If this Le Sserafim song is hitting, we might as well see what the other ones are
See what
about.
else they got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so far, I've been enjoying myself, so I can't
Yeah.
really complain.
I find myself enjoying Les Seraphim more and more the more I
Yeah,
listen, actually.
yeah. I really love Crazy. I think Crazy is
It's
so
really
so
good.
fun and goofy.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that we finally reached the point where like the girl groups are always like so much more interesting than the boy groups. I guess
Oh,
that's all I'll say.
always.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't do any of
yeah.
the boy groups. I can't. I can't.
Boring, yawn, snore,
I can
whatever.
do maybe some of those solo male artists that make,
Sure,
kind of like
sure.
K-pop-y type of music.
Yeah,
You
and I
know?
was really into one of the BTS guys put out a rap album that I thought was actually really neat last
Okay.
year. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, I can get down
Otherwise,
with that. But when it's the
otherwise I
full
don't fuck with
groups,
them.
I
Yeah,
can't do
no,
it.
because they're never as exploratory or like as inventive. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
No.
complicated. Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the episode, Justin. It's been a joy. Thank you
It has
so
been
much for
yes,
coming on.
it has been a delight. Thank you for having
Um,
me.
I have reaffirmed the fact that I do believe we may have been separated at birth.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely. Yes.
Do you want to let the people know where they can keep up with you and find your stuff?
I'm on Instagram at just gross with one extra S. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I don't like
Easy.
Twitter, so I'm not on Twitter. I
Yeah,
don't
fuck
like
Twitter.
TikTok, so I'm not on TikTok. That's it. That's all I got.
And if things are continuing how they're going, we might not have
We
TikTok
might not even have TikTok
a
anyway.
week from
Yeah,
this episode coming out.
exactly. So if you think about it, I'm already out of here. Like,
Yeah. So Instagram, boom. I'm
Instagram,
similar.
that's it.
You can follow me for my personal coffee and other shenanigans at Krog Hunk. You can follow me for all the podcast stuff at Poison Touch Pod. Submit your own questions at poisontouch.com. And if you're interested in baby daddies, go watch For Love of DILFs. Go watch the recap. Go see Justin on TV. It's a really
Oh my
good
God, I
time.
should plug
It's
the show that
fun.
I'm on. Yeah, go watch For the Love of DILF season 3. I'm on it for the first like 2.5 episodes. I think.
Yeah. Go watch For the Love of DILFs.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll catch y'all next time.
Yeah.
Poison Touch is produced, edited, and hosted by me, Jake Munoz. If you like what you see, give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. It really helps us get out to more people. I'll catch you on the flip.